Alright, so I just want to give you a quick update. I thought I was going to work 5 hours yesterday. I worked 10 instead, double overtime. When I got there at 7:30, it was total chaos. There were like 100 racks of food all over the place from the previous day. I think what happened, I could be wrong, correct me, but I think what happened was everybody started ordering food on Wednesday night. There was a food shortage here in the Bay Area, just like the Venezuelan food situation back in March. And yesterday sort of encapsulated the entire lockdown, never ending lockdown situation here. So I'm delivering two routes from the previous day, almost like 20 hours late. 21 stops in Marin. It took me 6 hours. I had to take a meal break. And the customer goes, well, it's the same kind of situation all over the place. I'm thinking, wow, she gave me a $25 tip. I made $70 in tips, cash tips yesterday from happy Marin customers. I don't think that kind of situation was the same in San Francisco because I had mostly unhappy customers or indifferent. But I suppose living in San Francisco is pretty depressing if you're not in the Sunset District like I am. If you're in Fillmore District, it's kind of sketchy neighborhood, not very safe. You leave a pie in front of their gate for 15 minutes and it's gone. But I get back to the hub and the nice lady. She's not very attractive, but she's nice. She's cool to me. She's like a pretend sister, I guess. She tells me, "Oh, the CEO is giving away all this free food that the stuff that the customers didn't want, or the stuff that didn't get delivered, or both. I'm not sure what was going on, but it was all the canceled orders from the previous day that didn't make its way to the customer because either they refused or for some reason it didn't get delivered. I don't know. I couldn't really fully grasp the situation because things were happening so fast. But she says the CEO wants the drivers to have all this food, so I start packing meat and potatoes and gravy and fruit, all kinds of stuff that I would normally sort of hunt and peck for in the company cafeteria lounge area. Whenever I work there, maybe I'd get four at most. But I'm getting like $500 worth of food here as a result of poor planning and both on the part of the customer and the part of my company. I've never seen it this bad, honestly. And so I get a couple more routes, sort of, the partial routes, but pick up a few more hours, get it closer to 10 hours, get my double overtime. And by the way, there was no gas in the van, so I had to put $20 gas on my expense report for this week. And I think I got paid my other job on Wednesday. So I might have a little bit of money to pay some bills like in December. This week is turning out really well for me. And then when I get back from my 4 routes, 2 of them partial routes in San Francisco, kind of grumpy people who are either out of town, they can't get their pie or their fruits. And it's weird because my phone said alcohol order. I opened up the box and it's all fruits inside. I didn't know fruit was alcohol. It must be fermented grapes or something. I have no idea. But things were just kooky yesterday. Totally nuts. I wanted to tell the fiber manager what was going on, but he was probably busy with his family. I didn't want to bother him. I didn't call my best friend either. I'm sick of her telling me that she wants to be single for the rest of her life. It's sickening, and reminds me of my last girlfriend who moved to Minnesota so that she could be away from people. What's wrong with Chinese women like that? I don't understand. But anyways, so I'm back from 4 routes, 2 of them partial routes. I'm approaching my 10th hour. And then the same lady who was waiting for me to get back, by the way, she said, the CEO is going to give you a bonus on top of the double overtime, on top of the cash tips, on top of the free food. So I was only out of pocket $20 for the gas, and I think I made, with everything, you add everything together, and I probably made about $1,000 one day. It was totally unexpected. It way exceeded my expectations. So I thought I was going to get 16 hours of sleep. I got back here at like 7, I think. And just heated up some potatoes, turkey gravy, buttermilk mash in my microwave. Gobbled that up real quick. I haven't accounted for my cash tips yesterday. I gotta look at my checking account to see if I have any money left after I paid my phone bill for this month. But man, it couldn't have gotten more dystopian yesterday. I thought, when I saw people like screaming in the aisles for toilet paper back in March, I thought it was like a Venezuelan type economy here. But then it came back again yesterday, and people scrounging for food up in Marin. Give me $70 in cash tips, not expecting me to show up, or not knowing when I was going to show up. The lady who gave me $25, she said she sent her husband to the store. I don't know how lucky he got, but she was definitely relieved to see that I had everything in her 3 boxes that she could have wanted. So I don't think it was such a big blow to my company, because there must have been other companies like Safeway, Amazon, who are going through the same thing. Whole Foods, Amazon. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just want to give you my perception of what happened. Might be accurate, might not be accurate, but I'm just telling you what I saw, what I perceived. And, I got the Ten Commandments. I started watching part 1. And pretty decent prologue there. Some guy just gets up in front of a curtain and starts talking on a microphone about how the Israelites were enslaved, and they were looking for freedom, and God listened. That was pretty good. Nice introduction. Nice way of putting it. I think it helps explain why God inflicted the 9 plagues on the Egyptians, punished them severely. I always wondered, I used to read atheism book when I was younger. Atheism, The Case Against God by George Smith or something. And he's talking about, if God is such a good guy, why would he essentially kill off the Egyptians? That sort of explains it a little bit, puts it into context. I think it was great prologue, great way to open up the movie. And they talk a lot about how there's a gap in the Bible from when Moses was a baby until when he started warning the Egyptians about God's wrath, falling on deaf ears. So I'm at the part where Yul Brynner is like trying to convince his dad, the Ramses dude, to give him power. And Moses is a better warrior. Something's going on. Moses thinks he's an Egyptian, and he doesn't know that he's Hebrew yet. Of course, it's got the basket scene going down the river, which is kind of the same as Moses the lawgiver. But what I wanted to say about this, actually, is that I had it in my Netflix queue because it was a John Carradine flick again. I wonder if Thirsty Dead is John Carradine. Maybe I misspoke in my last video. I know I did about 10 Commandments. So here's the thing. So at some point, Adrian said, oh, by the way, the 10 Commandments, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, well, I already have it in my Netflix queue. It's kind of at the top, towards the top. So that's why I remembered Adrian when I mentioned this in my last video. So I'm going to try to get through this. I was thinking I could sleep for 16 hours, and I only slept for like 10. So I guess I wasn't as tired after that big fiasco delivering, like, I don't know, how many stops did I deliver? I'm thinking 3, maybe 35 stops. Pretty decent, even though it was kind of local. I didn't go very far, but yeah, I had to use $20 of gas, and I only have 1/8 tank left when I go back. So when I got there, I only had 3/8 tank. So I think I can get through this. These Netflix DVDs. So I got like 8 hours before I start my next shift. So cool. Just wanted to give you an update. All the craziness that went down yesterday here in People's Republic of California, or People's Republic of Bay Area, I should say. Almost makes me want to stay here in California so that I can take advantage of all the misery that other people are experiencing. Not that I want to, but it seems like that's the only thing that I'm good for in this world. And customers in Marin just thought like I was savior of the universe, like they did when back in March, when kind of similar situation was going down with the lockdown. And seems to benefit me a lot when I'm delivering groceries anyway. So I hope I can take advantage of it next year if it happens again. I'm thinking they'll be better prepared for it next year, and maybe the company will go public and they'll have the resources to like deal with this kind of situation. But who knows? I don't think anybody was prepared for it yesterday. So cool. Just wanted to let you know what was happening. Laters.